I was in here getting ready for a fantastic weekend ahead. It is the Memorial Day weekend. It is a holiday. It is a weekend of remembering those who fought. So join me in remembering those. And as I was getting started for the weekend, I also have a homestead thing that I am committed to going to, as well as Aaron's gonna be home all weekend and I wanted to get a bunch done around here. So I thought I'd take you along for the changing from the spring things outside to the summer, but the sun has came out. It is nice. It was raining. I was actually getting started on this part of the project, which is the new wreaths and different things that will go on the house. And then I was like, you know what? Let's head out to the greenhouse, get some stuff planted up while the weather is fairly different. So we'll start out there, head back in here, and maybe make a few meals. It is going to be a fantastic weekend. All right, yesterday I got these pots here planted out, and I have decided on 3 more of them, and then there's 1 more back here that needs to get planted out. And these pots in particular will go all the way around the garden on 3 sides, not this greenhouse side because there's no space over here. So all of the theme on those is pink and yellow and white, and I think they are adorable, and I'm going to show you what is in those. These will be the center ones, and they'll have a couple of dahlias in them. They'll be a little bit different. And then Aaron brought me out this rack. It rolls, and then I'll be able to start making some hanging pots, which I can hang the pot here at a height that I can work on the pot, and then I can probably hang them along the ceiling of the greenhouse until they can get put out. So we should be able to get most everything potted out, because I need to move the tomatoes out of the house into here because they're growing through the racks that they're in. But until I can move some stuff around and get some of these spaces cleared, I cannot do that. And then we may risk planting out. So I'll show you kind of what's going on here. Okay, so this is going to be the pot that goes by the front door. These are extras. Those are the additional mosquito pots and parts and pieces, as well as down here that are out. These are the herbs, a couple of few extras there. And I think I've decided that I'm gonna do herbs in one of the green stalks, and I'm gonna put both of them by the chicken coop. So we did decide on that. All of these dahlias, not those 2, those, everything under here and one that's in the house are all gonna get planted in the garden. And then what we have here is a purple and chartreuse theme. So each one of these is going to be a hanging basket by the front of the garage. And then each one of these is a pot by the front of the garage. Not sure where these are gonna go, but I thought that worked well together. Maybe a couple of things can get filled in there. Here are some extras, some mint. Some of these mints go in the mosquito pots, and then this Estabella gets planted out in the garden as well. Then over here is the red, white, and blue. Now, so much of it is not blooming right now, so it's hard to tell, but each side of this is one of the hanging, like, long things on the woodshed that we're going to plant out. And then the center here is the 2 hanging baskets that go on the woodshed, and it goes with 3 of the mosquito pots over there. The reason I'm not doing a mosquito pot on all 4 corners is one side, the back corner of the woodshed, is going to get a lot more shade than the rest of it. And then right next to the mosquito pots will be one more pot, just 2 of them. So hanging basket, and then this is kind of some stuff I thought, oh, this might work well for another pot. So it'll be these really deep red dahlias. These are some yellow snapdragons. These are some red super petunias, and then some little purple pansies. This is a yellow dahlia. We have some grasses here, some spiller things. It's gonna be just really, really beautiful. And then the strawberries, I cannot believe it. Planted those out 2 days ago, and they are just popping off. They really needed all that additional soil and food. They are happy, happy campers. And then these pots did not look fantastic. What's amazing is the back ones are the white that were looking awful, and they are, this is just blowing some air, moving stuff around. And then I've even pulled up the tarp of the greenhouse. We're getting airflow everywhere, so we're trying to harden everything off. But yeah, those were the white ones. They looked terrible like this when they're in the pot, and literally overnight they just poof. By refreshing that soil, giving them more root space, everything just bounced back immediately. All right, so in the pots, what we did here was 2 of the Calibracoa, the mini famous Uno White Gold. I thought that for the white and yellow theme is. Then in the center, we have 2 of the Osteospermum, I think is how you say that one. And then we have 1 bubblegum pink Super Vena Vista, and then 1 Super Vena Vista Snowdrift, and then those should just like take over, like huge big fat plants to just cascade down the side. And then we have that yellow burst right there in the center. These get sorry, I got stuck on there. 8 to 12 inches tall, and then everything else is just going to spill over, fill out the pot. I think it's going to be a really pretty combination. Okay, so we have 2 of these, and I'm going to just put them right together in the center, kind of hoping that they'll work together to fill out the middle. And then on the back side, we have the whites. If these don't start popping back, I will just go and grab a few new white ones, but we're gonna go ahead and give them some time. Like I said, I just cut them back super, super hard and then come through, pull all this dead off. But what I actually have going on here is tons of brand new growth, but hopefully this one little leaf gathers enough sun to give energy to this plant and that it will bounce back. And then these are going to go on the sides. All right, so we'll figure these out together. I only have 2 of the 4 packs of whites. I'm going to share those between the 3. But I thought, well, these are cute. These little yellow snapdragons. Then I have the yellow pansies. I have a white, very sad looking. However, it is pushing new growth. So I'm not going to give up just yet. They just needed to be transplanted sooner. So these dahlias here, I showed you the other day, they bloom like starting out like a super dark pink, and they turn kind of this little white and yellow. And I thought that was the prettiest thing. Dahlias like to go in a full sun, and Louise is the name of this particular dahlia, and it does not get as big. it gets 10 to 12 inches tall. And so we're gonna do 2. Actually, I need to refresh these pots. So let's do some yellow snapdragons. I have some more, but this one had 3. All right, the white on the back. This one is the worst looking. I had it set aside and then needed one. Otherwise, I was just gonna trash that one, but probably go ahead. Hi, Layla. Hi, Layla. Okay, so then the yellow pansies. I have enough of these. Now, 2 more. I'm a little confused at what I did. I'm going to show you what I ordered. So here is what I'm thinking, and you guys won't have the time to tell me. I do believe this is going to be the hanging basket for the front door. And look at how like bright. We have some of the chartreuses, or the whites, these beautiful fuchsias. Lots of white back there. I think that is going to be beautiful for a hanging basket. So these 2 have 2 dahlias in them, a purple, 2 purple, I believe, of the Super Venas, some just tucked in, a little bit of yellow here, and different things. But I think these are going to go somewhere near the front. No, they're not. These 2 are sun lovers, and they are going to go next to these mosquito pots by the woodshed. Okay. Then I showed you the rest of the woodshed. So I made those up as we went along today with extra flowers. Now, this is the one that these are shade, or they'll do fine in shade, somewhere near the front of the house, and they'll be somewhere in between the purple and chartreuse and that basket. And I think we pull the colors from both sections. So from the garage area and the front door, I don't think we're going to clash. And then we're going to have those in between. I think that's going to be really, really beautiful. Now, I added these purple dahlias to the centers of these pots because I have these in my white moon garden type of white and green baskets in the, or buckets, pots that are in the house, and I have 4 of them, and they look awful. I may pop them out and just put some other sort of centerpiece in them. I'm not super duper loving that. So I didn't want to make it the centerpiece of these pots because they will be like at the garage, like a real focal point when people pull up and drive in. So I've changed that to the dahlia. All right. And then I have just some pansies to fill in around these, so I'll move everything out of the way. So I kind of try to do chartreuse dark, chartreuse dark, chartreuse dark. Oh, this is I'll show you everything in here. Here's a fuchsia. This one is pink and purple. And then we did some sort of potato vine in this dark purple color. It didn't come with any tags. However, this Volcana, not sure what color this one is. Anyway, look at how beautiful. Dark, dark purple. So I just saw a thing. And it was chartreuse and the darkest purple flowers. One of these is a deep purple, and the other one, let me show you one of the flowers. I kept one of these to show you. So it is the chartreuse and purple together, and I think that is going to be beautiful for a supervena. So these are the purples, and then this together with the chartreuse. Oh my goodness. And then I'm trying not to mix it up because some of them just didn't come with labels, and so I wouldn't know. I actually don't know. Well, I know which one is purple here, which means this is the one that is chartreuse and purple, but I don't, not all of them have a thing. So this is called Bunny Tail. I love the feeling of it. It's so soft, and I loved the color, but I'm not loving how it is performing. At least not in the container. So it'll still get put in the pot. I did go ahead and top these up and fed them. But I think the dahlia in the center, good call. And there is so much soil in these pots that this dahlia will be just fine. Now it does end up having a little bit of a purpley red color to it, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. All right, let's go in with the purple. Now we need, right? Fine back there. Let's do that there. That there. Up here. Here. Oh, look at this. The lemon coral sedum. This one is the margarita, full sun, proven, winter's margarita, proven accents. And then, just pack it out with pansies. Pansies last all season up here. They're not necessarily a spring thing for us, they're an all summer, and they will just help fill in the pot very quickly. Wow. I'm gonna love that. So I got all of this cleared off and everything tidied up. I love it when it is tidy. It just motivates me to get out here and keep working. And I'm a little bit shocked because all of this goes in ground in the garden. This we have a plan for. Some of this is garden and so on. Got these planted out. Oh my, I'm gonna love those. Honestly, I think those things are gonna fill in, and that those are may be some of my favorites. Duke helped unload that one from the car, which was not helpful at all. They both looked like this. So I love this dahlia here. The red, I think that is going to be really pretty, but I wanted to have an idea what it was going to look like, and then I am going to trim that one back so that it flushes new blooms. Same color is going to be here. These, I think, are going to be amazing. The big purple dahlias, the chartreuse. I love how dark this is next to that. And that, oh my gosh, I'm loving those pots. And I just think when the bubble gum overflows, it is just gonna look so, so sweet. Look, so these all looked so sad earlier. And then this one that we planted, we were like, is it gonna make it? It is standing up. It's nice and firm. It is bouncing back, and it will push new blooms. And I mean, it's seriously still a couple weeks, or at least a week before it's time for everything to actually be outside. We'll start testing that theory here shortly. I don't love that those geraniums are laying over. I might do something about that. Might find some sort of frame to get the geranium to stand up and not be laying on everything. Other than that, the pink ones look great. Pink ones are happy. We had enough soil for 3 of the tiers, so I still need to do 2 tiers. I am out. I'm going to pull in this cart, and I had enough, not enough to fill another tier, but the 2 hanging baskets that we're going to start hardening off that go on the woodshed, I might plant those out really quick and then head in and see what else I can get done tonight. It's already 6 o'clock. I have so much planned for this video. Let's hope I can get everything in it. So I've laid out our 4 wreaths. These 2 are for the woodshed, and then the coop and the front door. So the front door has the most of the big stuff, and then I have like weirdly 5 of things. So I think I'm gonna start with the coop and see how it turns out, and then I can adjust some stuff for the front door, which is the most important to me, and then we'll work on the woodshed ones. It is 7 o'clock. Aaron's not even on his way home yet. So I thought I would try and finish all this up in order to get everything pulled together and do some cooking with you tomorrow. So yeah, let's see how we can kind of work and pull these together. I think they'll be really cute. So. So I told myself I have to quit at 9. My back told me it had to quit at 9. This is one of the prettiest wreaths I have not only seen, but made. I need to secure one of the little one of the beehives. Isn't that so gorgeous, guys? Oh my goodness. I love it. I love, love, love it. Okay, I need to get that little hive stay there. It seems. There we go. That's secure. Okay, so same song and dance, but I have some extra lemons and 2 of these red. So I just kind of laid out the blue, the red, like this, tucked them in, got them glued on, so on, ran them down the sides, then went in with the roses, and then tucked in all of these pretty little things. So we have these adorable little beehives, some yellow picks. I had these red ones, and I don't like this color red with that. It was just too much, too bright, not loving it. But the little ladybugs, and then this stem are bumblebees. Look at those little bees. How stinking cute. All right, let's put this one together. Ooh, look, that's kind of an oval shape. So we'll start up here, and we do it like this, and then I find where it's gonna go in, and I tuck it under one of the main branches. Ta-da. Go, like that. And then what I have been doing is with this twine, because these don't super glue down very well, I've been taking this twine and then tying not only the wreath together a little bit firmer, but tying together the branching. So double knot there, then scissors, where'd you go? Get everything back in place here. Like that. And then, now my phone's going off. I'm just gonna do the same process for all 4 wreaths. So this one, I'm gonna leave out just a little bit, and it's got wire in it, so we can adjust it. But right here in the middle, I want that one to stay really firm. So same thing. I'm gonna come in, try not to smash any flowers, but that's where that splits. So I'm gonna go under that one, out of my way, to where I can split those up, come in, and then super tie that down. All right, so I got the 2 reds and the blue tied in, and now I'm going to go in with our little lemons. They match my front door, the punch of color. There we go. Pull some of these off. All right, there we go. Tuck it in. Perfect. All right, we figured that one out. So I'm gonna do the rest of the lemons up and around the same way and then tie them in. It just takes you kind of a minute sometimes to figure out how you want to adjust it. And then I'm going to hot glue each lemon on because they keep flying across my living room floors, or my kitchen floors. So they come off real easy. Not real sturdy, but we can tie them on or glue them on and they will be just fine. All right, so our lemons are in, looking beautiful. Now we're gonna go in with our big red flowers. I'm gonna finish it off down here at the bottom with 2. Those wires in, and then I just, because they're wired, I just twist the wires around, or it should be pretty stable. All right, so where is there a spot for our hive? I really want to just stick the hive right there. Oh my, that is the spot for it. Then I'm gonna poke you there, a little yellow burst. Oh, hello daisies. Okay, to make the hive pop, I'm gonna go behind it with the yellow. But we gotta get our bees, gotta get our bumblebees. Why are they so cute? Come down. Look at those guys. Stand them up. White flowers. So I got this blue with white stars ribbon. I thought I was getting tired of the red, white, and blue theme. I don't think I am. After making this, I'm like, oh, nope, turns out I love it. Still love it. I'm just attracted to it. It's not just our flag, our country, although I'm incredibly proud of my country. It is worn and it is tired and it is warring with itself for some reason, but I love my country and I am proud to be part of it. So to make the ribbon, I just kind of, how big do I want it to be? When it's done, when it's smashed, it's like that size or so. A little bigger right there. And then I roll it. So I have no clue what I'm doing. I've seen people like make them and twist it and they do like, they just know what they're doing. But I saw a lady do it like this. Oh, Instagram or something on a short or a reel or whatever. And we're gonna do this all the way. And then I cut off a piece for the tail. All right, so there we have that. Now let me get my wire ready. All right, so then I have some wire. It's real thin, so I'm gonna twist it together so thickens it up, double thick. And then Aaron's home. So now I'm gonna find my middle, line up these two pieces. All right, so find the center, just kind of fold it like that, and then I just wire it together. Twisting. Okay, so now our ribbon is together, and now we're gonna put it where we want, and then twine it on, and then separate it. So put it here.
Whoa!
Now we're gonna double wrap it.
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Don't let the dogs in.
I know, it's all right. I'm almost done. Okay, so then all she did was she would just take it and yank these each two apart. Pull one up, one down, one up, one down. Then, because it's wired, I can take it and make it however I want. So. What are you doing? Home at 8:40? Early. Early guy. Okay, so this, I just fold it in half, and then it'll be the centerpiece. Can't see the center right now, so that's perfect. And just pull it through. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is right over here, we'll do the same thing as before and just kind of build a little beehive area. Ladybugs. Okay, let's look. That's it. It's for the front door. I love it. It is already 6 o'clock at night. I just got home. I had to run, get some stuff to try and finish up this video and so on. So we're gonna head outside and see what we can't finish and deal with all of that. But I got the other two little wreaths put together last night. Here's one of them. All of them are kind of different. I just went with the flow. Oh my gosh, I sent the pictures to my sister and she told me they are the prettiest thing she's ever seen. This wreath was shaped, ignore that, I'm show that. It was shaped like an egg. How sweet is that? At first I was doing it like this, like on the side, and I was like, wait, how cute would that be on the woodshed, hung like that? Let's go clean up a bunch of stuff outside. Get this stuff going, and then we're gonna make the salads. I have everything for the different salads. We have so much going on this weekend. And then I saw Wyatt, he's out here loading up the razors. So I'm gonna go talk to him. I think Aaron and Caleb are gonna go hunt one day. Like, there's a ton. I think I'm gonna get these two done and the new wreaths hung up for tonight. And then I'm gonna go in. I have ADHD. I touched up, painted the front door, did some like spackle. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. And anywho, long day. So here's what we have going on. Let's get to it. Okay, I didn't super love these wreaths. I'm not gonna lie. They were cute, but I didn't love the feathers and the way that they reacted outside. So for next year, I'll take the feathers off because there's nothing wrong with those wreaths. And I'll just redo them a little bit. And then I have my soil here, and then these are completely falling apart. They've been here for a couple of years. So we're just gonna pull this coco core out. Let me set down the camera. In the fall, I stick little decorative hay bales in them and fall decor. These are completely falling apart. So here's a brand new one. And then when it gets full of soil, it'll fill in. And not only that, it'll, with the water and the weight, it'll stretch out. So I had to go get new soil. You can't see that because I want you to see up here. So I'm gonna open this soil, we're gonna fill this up, and we're gonna plant these out. So I brought over a ton of plants for this, but I'm gonna start with these yellow dahlias. So the color of this one is Dalanova, Montana. So it is a little bushy, and I already have some getting ready to pop up. And then we have that grass. Let me see. Do I want it on the inside or the outside? So you saw me put a little fertilizer. I just did some Espoma starter fertilizer because I still can't find any flower up here. I do have some soluble flower fertilizer coming, but it won't be here until June. So we have 2 Supertunia really red. You go there. You go there. We have some trailing things. And then 1 whiteout Superbina. I want the Superbina there. It's gonna trail. I'm gonna do these. I'm gonna do this one right up here in case we hate that. But this, I forget what these are called, but this one will be massive. So it's gonna go there. Okay, let's plant those in. And then I have some fillers, like some pansies and different things. I cut back all of these red ones. Oh, I cut back all of the Supertunias because we just can't get them planted out soon enough. So here we are, Memorial Weekend. We're headed into the weekend. So this will get, the lake is directly south of the house, so the lake will get plenty of sun. The sky blue, let's do it opposite of the Super Bina, so right in here. This will get huge up here as well. And I got this like in a whole sheet, like, so I've been tucking it in everywhere. I just love that it like mingles amongst the flowers. So now I have 4 yellow pansies. Oh my gosh, I was so sad. I was watching other garden channels this week and they took all their pansies out already. And I was like, we haven't even gotten any in the ground yet. Or into the pots. Oh my gosh. You guys, that's going to be beautiful. This one's struggling a little bit, but it's pushing all new growth. I fed it and got it a good drink. It'll be perfect. Okay, from this to that, I am so happy. I love it. I just wanted to give the dahlia space. Okay, let's do the other one.
Where's your son?
He said going with his friends. He's dropping some, call him, he's dropping some machine off in Big Lake. What are you two doing? All right, so I'm trying to get organized to do these side dishes. I wanted to have them done last night, but that did not work. We did end up working outside until 8 o'clock. Caleb came over, I went and met Aaron in town. It's been a whole thing. So this is that viral, it's a viral pickle dip. And it doesn't say, but I was like looking at the jar size. I got another thing of pickles. All right, I have the big thing of pickles, halves it says. Okay, so that plus jalapenos, green onions, Colby Jack, cheddar cheese, Greek yogurt, sour cream, whipped cream cheese, ranch, bacon, a hot sauce, Cajun seasoning, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of pickle juice. And then you put it all together, and it is supposed to make like this amazing chip dip with pickles. And Aaron loves pickles, and he has asked me about, he's right behind the camera, 25 times today. Have you made my pickle dip?
Extra jalapeno.
Extra jalapeno. Okay. Anywho, let's mix this up. I got a big bowl so that I can mix it well, and then we will see how it goes. So 1 bunch of green onion, the whole thing of pickles, chop those, 2 jalapenos. I gotta grab the cheeses out. 1 cup Greek yogurt, 1 cup sour cream. There we go. 1. So I didn't see any that said whipped, and I think this is regular cream cheese. But it will have to do. We don't always have everything up here. I think it'll still mix in together. It's probably because 1 cup of whipped cream cheese is less volume, but I think it's gonna be fine. And then I have some open sour cream. So 1 cup of this. Then off, squeeze every last ounce that we can out. Okay, so I have this. So for 1 packet, it should be 1.5 tablespoons. Maybe a little extra. It didn't seem like it was a very serious recipe. And I don't have any Cajun seasoning, so I thought the voodoo sounded like it was similar enough. So we have the Holy Voodoo by Meat Church, and it says 1 teaspoon, so half of this tablespoon. All right, so chop the jalapenos. I cooked up 1 pound of bacon this morning. That goes in. Let's give it a little stir and get the pickles in it. So that cream cheese just broke up just fine in the sauce, so I don't think we're gonna have a problem at all. Okay, now on to the pickles. Now for another recipe, I need pickle juice. So I thought this will be perfect to use the same things over and over. All right, here we go. So I'm chopping everything pretty small because you got to pick it up with a chip. You want to get a little bit of everything. All right, cheese-wise, I had some pepper jack in the fridge, and I wasn't just gonna buy extra cheese for a pickle dip. That looks like there's 1 cup. Good enough. Call it 2 cups. Use. And now let's pull it together. Oh, a couple of tablespoons of pickle juice. This is a half tablespoon. Perfect. Wavy Lays. Let me see. That's strangely good. Yep. I can see why people did that. That totally makes sense. I think that's a fun thing for backyard barbecue. And they'll just snack on this throughout the weekend. I got a bite of bacon in that one. I think it's gonna be better in just a little bit while it holds together. I got a jalapeno in that bite too. Nice, I think Aaron's gonna like that. All right, the next simple recipe we're going to make is actually a deviled egg pasta salad, and I cannot figure out, because I was sitting here reading this, why it calls for 8 ounces of pasta, because in my mind, like that's not a whole box of pasta, then I have to do the stinking math. So anywho, 8 ounces is half a pound, 60 ounces. So doubled, I guess I'll just have to do the rest of the eggs and do all the pickles. Okay, so it calls for 8 ounces of small pasta, like elbows or something like that. And I made whatever these little round guys are. So we need 1.5 cups of mayo, because we're doubling. And what I liked about this is we like the simplest deviled eggs. We do not like our deviled eggs in some crazy fancy way. I see a ton of those like viral deviled egg boards, and they put all kinds of crazy stuff in them. Not my family's jam. My family is just like, don't mess with a deviled egg, because you just can't mess a deviled egg up. If it is mayonnaise and mustard, a little salt, and because it's a pasta salad, it's got a little bit of pickle in it and a little onion, so no big deal. So mustard, we are doing doubled, so 2 tablespoons. That's 1, that's 2, and we are going to do some pickle juice as well as a cup of pickles. I got these hot ones. That I did take some liberty with, because I think Aaron will enjoy that. Okay, so we're gonna chop up the eggs. Let me put the mayonnaise and mustard together. Do a little bit of salt and pepper in there. There is plenty of pasta and plenty of eggs and mayonnaise and all the other things, so it could handle a tad bit of salt. I make my deviled eggs with salt and pepper as well. All right, I chopped up the last of the eggs, so there's 1 dozen eggs in there. That is stirred. Perfect. And then I need to chop up 1 whole red onion. The recipe calls for half, so I need the whole thing because we doubled it. I might still start with half. That was a big onion. All right, I'm gonna start with that, and then I'm gonna taste it, and then I'll let you know. So let me chop up these pickles, and then in with those. Let's give this a stir. The makings of a egg salad for sandwiches. All right. then in with our pasta. I don't want a bunch spilling over, so we'll start slow. Okay, let's taste test it for salt and pepper. We're gonna add a little paprika to it. We got onion, pickle, pasta. Does not need any salt. It literally tastes just like a deviled egg. That is simple, easy, straightforward. I love it. That's perfect. I don't actually need to add anything to that. All right, so we're gonna go in with a dusting of paprika. Classic. And I have a little bit of dill here for the potato salad. So let's just find a little bit of dill. Like that. Rip it apart. Make it pretty, friends. There we go. Perfect. Let me cover that. 2 down, 1 to go. I'm actually going to make a watermelon and feta at some point this weekend, and I thought it's gonna get squishy. It's not gonna be lovely. I wanna do it when we're doing it, but the rest of this is all done. So we can have it with sandwiches. I'm gonna go to the deep freeze and grab everything that we could possibly want this weekend, from like chicken wing or chicken drumsticks to we have some steaks or pork chops, hamburgers. I know we have some hot dogs down there, just really simple. Anything that I can pop on the grill, really quick and easy, and then already have like all of the salads and stuff ready to go. And then while something's on the grill, I can cut up the watermelon. So I have watermelon, lime, feta. I'll include the recipe we're gonna try if you would just like to see what we're going to be doing. But I don't want the watermelon to be soggy and soaking all of that in. I want to just mix it up right before we eat it. For my next trick, we are gonna be doing a roasted potato salad. And all I did was put the little potatoes in cold water. I let it come up to temp. As soon as it started boiling, I just shut the potatoes off. It par cooks them to where they will roast a lot faster and a lot more evenly. This recipe does not call for this. This is the grease left over from the bacon that we made for the pickle dip. And I am going to chop the potatoes into bite-sized pieces really quick. So quartered is what it calls for, but if it takes, you know, a little more chopping, that's fine. But I'm gonna toss them because they get kind of sticky when you do them this way. And then I just let them steam for a few minutes. Obviously they're not so hot I can't handle them. And I'm gonna toss them in that bacon grease. It is gonna add tons and tons of flavor and fat, and they will roast up beautifully. I think for flavor, I'm gonna do a little salt and pepper before I roast them. There we go. Single layer to roast, otherwise whatever you're trying to roast is gonna steam instead, but get them as flat as you can and into a 425 oven for about 30 minutes. So the roasted potato salad calls for the salad dressing. We are doing a 1/4 cup of mayo. Ish. So it's obviously not a heavily mayo recipe. And to that, we're gonna do mustard. 2 tablespoons, okay? Then garlic cloves. I put 2 in there. Lemon juice. So whenever it calls for lemon juice, you can do the zest as well. So. Then juice the lemon. That is a huge lemon. Ooh. Is it gonna juice? So it calls for maple syrup, but I'm just gonna do honey because that is what I have. Big dollop of that. Salt, pepper, and chili flakes. And so the other ingredients we can work on, which are, we've got the potatoes going, 2 green onions chopped. I don't know if that's 2. Is it literally just 2 green onions? There's no way. We're gonna take a couple of liberties because I'm also gonna throw in the other half of that onion because we'll just do one of these. So it probably was 2 green onions, but at the same time, it also, I probably made more potatoes than it called for. We'll just guess. If it calls for onions, I think the red onion will be great in there. Clean these guys up. And I don't want to waste the onion. All right, cucumber. That was too thick.
What did you just say?
That was, I think it's for something else. I forget what that peeler is for. But like, look at how fat of a piece it peeled off of that cucumber. When I read it in my mind, because I've never had this before, I can't exactly understand why there's a cucumber in it. It seems odd to me, but what do I know? We're gonna try it out. Some fresh parsley. I think we're almost there. Let me see. Parsley and then dill. Oh, Peaches heard you come home.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear her yelling your name. All right, let's give that a stir. I don't have any shell pistachios, so we'll skip that. Let me taste it. That's a lot of flavor. All right, I just finished all the dishes. Not in the mood to dry and put everything away, but we'll go ahead and pop these in the fridge. Let me grab the potatoes out. Look at that. Hot. Counter's clean. It actually smells amazing. I'm getting the garlic and the parsley. I love that. Let's give it a try. That is not like any pasta salad I've ever had. Or potato. That is not like any potato salad I've ever had. I like the lemon, the garlic, the parsley. Still don't know what the cucumbers bring to the table, but the onions in there, the honey. That's what it is. I was like, there is sweetness to it. There's sweetness to it. And I'm racking my brain of like, what is that? I think it's the honey. I actually think it's really good. Let me try with the cucumber. Figure out why that's in there. I mean, I like the flavor of it. It's fine. I guess the cucumber's fine in it. I don't know if this will replace the Ina Garten's potato salad, but I definitely think that it is worth subbing in and out. And so you're not eating the same thing over and over. I would actually do this one again. I will definitely do the deviled eggs again. Aaron tried the pickle dip. He said it's great. And he said he just has to try a few more. And the deviled egg potato salad. And so I'm just gonna cover all of these. And then the fruit, and we have everything. We have all of the makings of all the side dishes that we could possibly need for this beautiful weekend ahead. All right, friends, the cow is hollering at me. We're gonna hang this on the door. Look. And around. Here we go. Oh my gosh, those are beautiful. I just honestly, this is one of the prettiest things I've ever made. And then we're gonna use the same rug liner from spring. And it goes down, and these are lovely. I just throw them in the wash and they come out just fine. And a new rug. Perfect. Well, there we have it, friends. Thanks for joining us for this take along, do all the things with us. Memorial Day, heading into all of the red, white, and blue holidays. 4th of July, which is a big birthday we have coming up here in America. And then all the way into Labor Day, we'll keep these decor up. I have plants that are going on the porch. We just have so much ahead of us, as well as all of the building and projects on the homestead. So if you're interested, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, you get notification, thumbs up, and comments. Everything helps our channel to grow, and I appreciate you being here. With that, be blessed. Have a beautiful holiday, and I hope you find a reason to celebrate this weekend, and I hope you come back to see me in the next video. I will be back on Tuesday. I'm gonna spend the holiday time with my family, so I'll see you guys then. Bye for now.